You're ready to make that next move, to find that next job or career opportunity that matches your potential. But that search can feel overwhelming, and it doesn't have to. This is your Job Seeker's Battle Guide, 9 steps to take you from frustration to focus, and from focus to opportunity.
Are you ready?
Let's look at step 1. You have to master your mindset. Look at the things that you can control. Think about that every morning and every night before you go to bed. Ask yourself the question, what can I control? What you can control, think about this. You can control the fact that you're putting together a resume. You can control the fact that you're sending out the resume. When you don't hear back, you don't stop. Maybe you got that first interview, great, and you didn't succeed, but you don't stop. There was times where I was looking for a job, I sent out 45 resumes just to get one call. You keep pushing forward, and it starts with your mindset. Step 2, you're going to recall your battle scars. What does that mean? As you're searching for that next job or career opportunity, it may not happen right away. It may take time. You may have to face rejection. So what you need to do in advance, before you start your search, is list 5 times that you have gone through some tough situations in your life and what you did to overcome them. And the fact that you are still here shows that you have the resilience and the potential to overcome what's in front of you. Step 3, build your accomplishments list. This is going to be critical throughout this entire process. What is an accomplishments list? Where you're going to look at all the things you have done in your past jobs or your past education. So first off, you have to look at what is the job or the career opportunity that you're searching for. And what are the skills or accomplishments you already have? So you're going to look at things such as, I reduced turnover by 10%. I was able to increase sales year over year by 5%. Whatever that metric is, you have to look at your accomplishments. Because when you build your resume, you're not going to just list what your responsibilities are. I did A, B, and C. That's great. But what employers today are looking for are what impact did you make? What value did you add to that organization? And you're not just listing a laundry list of responsibilities, but you are listing your accomplishments. How did you move the needle? How did you make that impact? That's what you have to define. And when you're preparing your resume, for each position that you have listed, you need to be able to list approximately 5 points of what your key accomplishments were for that particular role that you were in the past. So that's where your accomplishments list becomes critical. Let's look at the next step. This is your daily weapons training, where we sharpen your skills. What does that mean? You're going to look at the skills that you need for the job or career you are looking to move towards. Whatever you're missing, whatever those opportunities are, whatever the gaps are, list one specific skill that you're missing and every day commit to 30 minutes where you're going to close the gap on that skill that's missing. Whether it's reading a book, watching a video, whatever it is you need to do, you're going to close that gap. And the commitment here is 30 minutes a day minimum where you're doing what it takes to close that gap. Step 5 is strategic networking. Think about the people who you have worked with in the past who will support you. Think about people who you've gone to school with who will support you. And touch base with that network and really build it. A lot of people wait to the point where a job is offered and then they're scrambling to gather these references. Build that network in advance, because a lot of the jobs that exist are not even posted on any of the job platforms. Your network will have access either themselves or to other people who have access to current job vacancies. Take advantage of your network. Have a coffee, have lunch, do what it takes, send an email, do what it takes to stay in touch with that network and build it. Step 6 is upgrade your resume. Use it as your battle flyer. So think about this. You might receive a number of different flyers every week in the mail from different companies trying to solicit your business. And out of all of those different flyers that you receive, maybe you look at 1, maybe 2 that you will actually read through and maybe even provide business to that company as a result of that flyer. Your resume is the same as that flyer. You are sending your resume to a specific job, but guess what? There's hundreds of other people who are applying to that exact same job. So your resume needs to stand out amongst the rest. You need to make sure there's no spelling mistakes, punctuation errors, no formatting errors. That has to be at a minimum, it has to be given. Your resume has to be on point. But at the same time now, this is where your accomplishments list ties in. You need to not just write what your responsibilities were in past jobs, but you need to look at what are the top 5 accomplishments from each of the jobs you have and really lay them out. But it's not just a matter of listing the accomplishments. You have to customize your resume according to the job you're applying for. Don't write things in your resume as a generic template and send out 100 different resumes, the same type of resume to 100 different jobs. Customize your resume. Take the time to customize your resume according to the job that you're applying for. The other advantage you have today, which would not have existed years ago, is there's a number of AI tools out there. So let's take ChatGPT as an example. What you may want to do is take that job posting, or if it's a job description, take that as well. Copy that posting right off of the job platform, paste it into ChatGPT, and use the prompt basically asking ChatGPT to create your resume based on this job posting. And then what you can do is whatever information comes out of ChatGPT, you can take the information from your resume and blend it together with what ChatGPT has produced. Do not simply take ChatGPT's information and do a copy and paste into your resume, because the AI platforms that are out there from the recruiter side, and then a keen recruiter will be able to spot that it is a ChatGPT resume. Make sure that you take the time to customize that resume. But use the support that you have, because remember, a lot of companies today are using AI to filter out resumes. Use AI to your advantage to create a resume that gets through those filters and gets you into the next round. Step 7, hunt smart. Use systems that are available for you. What does that mean? Well, you're going to set up alerts now. So it's not just a matter of going onto these different job posting platforms such as Indeed, whether it be LinkedIn, whatever the case may be. But you're going to actually go on there and you're going to set specific job alerts. What do you want out of your next job? Be very, very clear. Potentially you want a permanent full-time position, so make sure you set that as a criteria. What else do you want? Do you want flexibility? Whatever the options that are available to you, set the criteria and set it as a job alert that gets sent directly to your personal email every single day. That's part of this. The next part of it is take advantage of AI again. So for example, if you're using ChatGPT, write a prompt into ChatGPT that basically outlines what you're looking for. So you can set a prompt something to the effect of, I want you to search the following job platforms every single day at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I want you to search for jobs that are manager level or above. They need to be, within this location or within X amount of kilometers from this location. You can even go as far as to set, what your salary expectations are, whatever it is. But just remember, the more criteria you set, the more challenging it becomes to find that job, because you're setting more filters for yourself in terms of what that search will look for. The more open you are and the less criteria and the less filters you have, the wider your job search becomes. But use these platforms, whether it's the job alerts, whether it's using AI to do the search for you. That way you can do, you can work, you can do other things while the search and the job postings are coming to you versus you having to hunt for them. Step 8, train for the interview. You have an advantage today. You can go on to different websites, whether it's Google, LinkedIn, and so on, and look at what are the questions that employers are commonly asking to job candidates today. Understand what those questions are and prepare responses based on those questions, but make sure that your answers are customizable based on the job that you're applying to, aligned with what your accomplishment list and resume is communicating. That's part of it. The next advantage you have are different AI tools such as ChatGPT. So think about this. You can now take that job posting, copy and paste it into ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT to generate 10 questions for you based on that job posting. Now you're going to get those 10 questions that basically populate on ChatGPT, and you can use a combination of your resume and accomplishments list to authentically answer those questions. But in case you're not 100% sure on what the responses should be to those questions, again, use the AI tool and ask it to give you the best possible answers to each of those questions. But make sure, and this is critical, make sure that your answers are authentic and genuine to you. Don't just simply do a copy and paste and think you're going to walk into an interview with some generic responses that you've memorized. Make sure you take the time and really use this as a preparation, almost like you're preparing for a test or an exam. Prepare for the interview as if you're preparing for an exam. Understand all the possible types of questions that someone might ask you, understand variations of those questions, and then think about the best possible responses according to that accomplishments list that you have created. Step 9, close the skills gap. So previously, in the previous step, we talked about, looking at the skills that you are missing. Whatever job that you're applying for, whatever career opportunity, you may have some gaps in opportunities. And you want to spend 30 minutes a day doing what it takes to close those gaps. But the question you might have is, how do I do it? If I know the gap that I'm missing, how do I close that gap? Here again, you're going to do what it takes to learn what is necessary. Use AI such as ChatGPT to close that gap. It's as simple as typing in a prompt that asks, design a course for me that will close this particular skill gap, whether it's finance, whether it's negotiation skills, whatever that gap is. Ask the AI to create a course for you. It could be a 30-day course. You can bring it down to a 7-day course to teach you the skills you need to basically be successful and close the gap on that particular skill, and even customize it so that it's specific to the different jobs that you're looking for. Take advantage and use this now. Remember, you are not powerless. You are a warrior. So every single day, take the steps necessary to close the gap and to move towards where you want to be, taking that journey from nowhere to somewhere. Build that resume, build the accomplishments list, send out the resume every day. If you get rejected, that's fine. Keep moving forward every single day until you get to where you want to be. Again, we want to move from frustration to focus and from focus to opportunity. Good luck on that search. And remember, if you want more information or if you want to look at how we got to where we are right now, check out a previous video titled, "When Quitting Your Job is Not an Option."